Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I hope you are having a beautiful day so far, and welcome to the Polyhedra Show. So my name is Anthony. I'm the head of engagement here at Polyhedra, and today we have a really special fireside planned for you guys. I'm really excited to introduce two of the greatest guys and most influential figures in our space. So first up, we've got our CMO, Sam. Sam has been not just a colleague of mine, but a mentor for many, many years. Absolutely dynamic guy and just a bunch of amazing insights and experience. So really excited to hear from him today. And of course, we all know TC, an absolute leader in his field, the co-founder of Polyhedra and the man building the products that are ensuring a more secure future for all of us. So his work is definitely shaping the landscape of AI and blockchain integration. And today the guys are introducing EXPchain. So without further ado, Sam and TC, I'll let you guys take it away.
Thanks so much, Tony. Great to have you on board, and yeah, welcome everyone to the Polyhedra Show. This will be a regular occurrence where key executives and ecosystem members will be sharing insights and connecting with the community. So I'm really happy to be here. It's this morning where I am with our co-founder and CTO, TC. All right. Everyone. So, hey, sorry, TC. Hey, great. So TC and I are going to go through and, just give you guys some insights into where the vision came from for EXPchain, and then we'll answer some of your questions. So seeing there's probably some new guys here, I wanted TC to go back in time a bit. And yeah, TC, could you tell us, from the start, what got you interested in mathematics and then cryptography?
Thanks, Sam. It's an interesting question, and I mean I have a long journey with that. So I think I get into the field of computer science since I was 12. It was amazing competition. It's called Olympiad in Informatics, and we gather together and we do algorithm in competitions in the same room, and the most efficient one get a full score of it. So people are try their best to design and implement the most efficient algorithms for those problems. It's an amazing mathematical problems back in time. All of them are about the most fundamental part of the computer science, and I by joining this amazing competition, I somehow get into the university without actually taking an exam. Uh, yeah, you need to be very top in that competition to do that, and then this amazing algorithm competition becomes my inherent view of how computer science do. And so my research interest was focused on, it's actually focused on the efficiency part of everything, where uh, when I was third year in the university, I got very lucky and got mentored by a professor in Cornell University. She was doing some. She was also a participant of that contest. She was doing some cryptography research and also blockchain research at that time, and that's how I get started. And then, during my PhD in Berkeley, then I started working on zero-knowledge proofs, which is back in 2018. And back in that time, the algorithm the zero-knowledge proof protocols I was working was not efficient enough. Just it was just a blink of time. I got a new algorithm that works perfectly in zero-knowledge proofs. So it improves efficiency without sacrificing any other metrics. So just purely improve the efficiency by using all of
Man,
my background in past 10 years. Yeah.
yeah,
Sam,
that's
go ahead.
cool. So how old were you when you went to university?
18.
18. So you went to
Yeah.
university in China, and then it was a road to Berkeley.
Yeah.
When you got to Berkeley, and you learnt about zero knowledge proofs, what was interesting about zero knowledge for you?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
What was interesting? What made you want to spend your time on zero knowledge research?
Right. So back in 2018, so I got my chance to enter this field, but because my advisor has an amazing postdoc in this field who is also doing zero proofs, and he is right now a professor in UIUC. So that's how I get know about zero proofs, and I think it was amazing. It is amazing field because the property that we can show some fact, some statement without and actually taking a huge computation work is amazing. Like, it actually mimic a lot of things. For example, if you're trying to solve a maze problem, it may take time to get to a correct path, but once you solve it, then it's very easy to verify it. Yeah, I think this property is amazing, and it can be generalized into more every single problem in the world. So I think it's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. And I think that's our goal, right? To create real life applications, utilizing your research. On your research, can you explain your research process? For new listeners, what entails actually putting together a paper?
Well, I think it's most about. It's not a classical way of. For me, it's not a very classical way. I just thinking about all of these interesting problems in my mind. Whatever, every single time whenever I was doing gaming or driving or taking shower, I can whenever I have time for my brain, then I can think on these problems, and there will be one or two eureka moment during a year. But usually it's September or so because it's near the end of the year. Uh, so yeah, so it's not saying you basically it's not like very hardworking style. So people cannot see my hardworking. Actually, I was working in my brain, but people cannot see it. But after this eureka moment, then we get into the very hardworking process. It's like writing the paper, implement the code, and submit the paper. So it usually takes like 1 or 2 months to do that.
No, sure, man. No, thank you. Thank you for explaining that to us. And then let's move on. So yeah, I met you in Stanford around 3 years ago. Maybe closer to 4 years ago, but I can't remember. But at that point, you were ready to put your research, your research to work in co-founding Polyhedra. And then, yeah, fast forward, Polyhedra is a global business with multiple products to market and a thriving community. Why EXPchain? How did you land here, and why did you want to put your research to work on this particular output?
Yeah, I think both EXPchain and the previous product is ZK Bridge is rooted in a fundamentally more efficient zero proof systems. We call it expander, and so they are quite connected in this sense. So although they looks totally different, but they are connected in at its heart. And we get into this field by utilizing the amazing breakthrough we did back in my PhD. And the first, we implement the proof system, then we try to find some amazing applications on this field. The first one is ZK Bridge, and I think back in half a year ago, we did another groundbreaking prover. It's called Expander, and with that, we are able to enable a brand new field. It's a practical zero-knowledge machine learning with it. So that's why we try to get up a new chain for ZK machine learning, and it provides ultimate trust and ultimate security for AI models. Yeah, I think it's an end game solution for that.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree on the end game solution, and that's what excited me so much about the project. Can you go back a second to Expander? Obviously a core technology. Can you explain to the audience what Expander is and why that is an important element of EXP?
Sure, it is a groundbreaking zero-knowledge proof protocol based on my previous research, and it's like orders of magnitude faster. And not only one order, it's like 1 or 2 orders, even more. So it's a prover. It's both a prover and a compiler. It's kind of a tool chain from writing a program to all the way proving the program. So that's why we can trying to prove the machine learning models. So we take PyTorch as an input, then we have another dedicated compiler. It's called ZK-PyTorch, and compile it to the expander compiler's input, and then all the way down. So it's quite amazing tool chain. We have spent years of time and most brilliant mind in the world to build it.
Yeah, can you take us into some of your research partners that are involved with you on these applications? Who else is involved?
Yeah, so the chief scientist is Jia Heng. He pioneered actually the ZK machine learning field. So his first work is called ZK Decision Tree, where it's actually the first practical version of ZK machine learning at that time. We also collaborate with a lot of PhD students in Berkeley, in UIUC, and in TAMU. A lot of them are most brilliant expert in this field, and they can write amazing code. And let me name a few. So for example, Zhenfei Zhang recently joined as a chief cryptographer. He is an amazing guy who is leading this research and leading the development of the expander, and Yupeng Zhang, who was the postdoc I mentioned back in my Berkeley time. He's right now advisor of our company, and he all of my advisor, his student, a lot of his students are working with us. So, and a lot of great mind from Yao class and ACM class in China, which is the best computer science institute in China. Yeah.
Fantastic. No, thank you for explaining that. Back to Expander for a second. We talk about Expander's speed. Can you articulate why speed is important? Like why is speed important to make deployment easier?
Yeah, sure. So speed of approving is just like, for example, let me tell you what is approving first. Approving is just like you are doing a mathematical problem, and the solver of that mathematical problem is called approver. It actually takes you a lot of time to solve some particular problems. For example, you need to prove that specific property of, for example, triangle, and actually it takes time to think through it. You need to draw some lines and use some lemmas or theorems. It takes time because you don't know how to do it in the initial stage, right? You need to search for a solution. Once you have done this, you write your answer to it, everyone else can verify it, right? It takes the most brilliant mind in the world to solve the hardest problem, but it's quite easy to verify it. Everyone else can verify it. It's just like verifier is just like reading the answer, and prover is like solving the answer. So the speed of this solve is quite important, because if you cannot take forever to do that, it's not feasible, and human life will take 100 years. And back in 2018, those provers are quite slow. It may take infinite or maybe 100 years to solve a machine learning model. But for now, we only take several seconds.
Wow. Wow. So in terms of Expander, it's basically the critical point for ZKML.
Yeah, we have just come through. We have just go to that special sweet point where ZKML become practical.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. In terms of ZKML, can you explain what ZKML is and and why that's a key element to what we're building moving forward.
Sorry, can you repeat that again?
Yeah. Can we just explain explain zkML as a concept and its benefits to AI?
Yeah, sure. So zkML enables you to prove that your AI execution is correct, or some result is actually carried out by this AI agent without actually leaking the model details or leaking the actual user's input. So it protects both the company's privacy and the user's privacy. And it's important for example, responsible AI, for example, the data marketplace. It actually can make autonomous AI agent widespread in the human society, and people can work with it confidently without actually worry about this AI agent will make any malicious behavior. Yeah, with zkML. Yeah, for example, if you and for another example, the data marketplace, you can with zk machine learning, we can work with your data seller with confidence that they will not sell you garbage data. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that makes sense. In terms of scale here, do you see big tech utilizing EXP and zkML's technologies?
Yes, I think it will be a must in the future for big tech, for especially AI technology companies. I think it will be like, for example, HTTPS for internet. You use it every single day, and you benefited from the security or the benefit or the feature that it can provide. For example, HTTPS can secure your connection with the website, but zk machine learning or EXP can secure your interaction with AI agent, autonomous AI agent, and can both secure for the company and for the end user. Yeah.
So it's an end-to-end solution.
Yes.
Amazing. So what's your vision for EXP? Do you see this being used across daily application, both for business and consumer? Is that the vision, that this becomes
Yes.
a key underpin for the AI industry?
Yes, we see it as a very fundamental layer of daily running AI agent, and it's just like water and air for those agents. Yeah.
I love that. So in terms of, before we pass it over to Tony, I just wanted to get some more insights into your days, like, for our community. Like, what does your day look like? Are you still as passionate about research as ever, or has being the co-founder of a startup made you have to change your schedule?
Right. I think I'm still passionate about research, although it takes less time to do it because my brain works on other part of the company more often. Yeah, but I still take a lot of my rest time to think about amazing problems and think about important problems in the field, where how can our technology change the world or change how AI interact with human. Yeah, and beyond. I mean, ZK can be way beyond AI and can get into other fields. But I take my time thinking on these most important problems. And I also take my time running the company, working with my amazing colleagues in the company. Yeah, so it's quite a multitasking schedule for me.
Oh man, no, flipping from research to business to operations. It's you're doing a great job, and I'm so happy to work alongside of you. So, you touched on Zhenfei Zhang. I'm just going to shout out that Zhenfei and Eric Veland, our Chief Strategy Officer, will be doing the second episode of the Polyhedra Show on Thursday with some incredible announcements. And so that will be announced in the coming days. Tony, do you want to come back in, man, and let's do some community stuff and some giveaways and answer some questions?
Cannot hear you.
We can't hear you.
Sorry, guys. Apologies.
Yeah.
We've been inundated with questions across all streams. I've just been trying to sort through them. Really great. I've actually just received a few DMs personally from friends who have been talking a lot about AI agents. They're working in the space and saying how amazing this has been, just to see the few and understanding. There's obviously a lot of concern there. So yeah, very, very interesting. So I'm just passing through a lot of things here. So to kick off, we've had many questions talking to notable partnerships or collaborations in the future regarding EXPchain. So maybe you guys can speak a little bit about to that, if you can, and what's coming up next.
Sorry, in terms of partnerships?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So on the infra side, we've had a long-standing partnership with Google, and we're really doubling down there in terms of, co-research and co-execution across Google. And we also work incredibly closely, as TC mentioned, with a multitude of very important research institutes, both in the US and in Asia. So, we're very much, looking at a call to action now to encourage other builders to build with us. We have a couple of announcements coming later in this week. I guess I'll jump into one. We are launching a boot camp, which is designed for builders and incentivize builders to work with people like TC and Zhenfei and our other crew. And then we are launching in Q1 our ecosystem grants program. So, we're very much focused on a variety of different partnerships. As TC also said, we believe this technology can be used for everyone. It's not just for infra, it's for consumer apps, it's for individual contributors. It's really the end game, we feel, to deploy AI in a safe, scalable, and verifiable manner. So I think that hopefully answers the question.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you so much for that, Sam. I think we did have a lot of these questions rolling in, and you guys actually answered a lot of them beautifully just during your chat then. But just getting back to the developers, obviously that is so broad scope, and there's just so much application that can happen there. A lot of people commenting, ZK looking very bullish, 2025. Do we have any ideas how we can support the community moving forward and support this growing trend in the community?
Yeah, I think that's a good shout. I mean, we're really interested in collaborating more with our community. We have some incentives that we're going to be running. We have a new character actually that we're launching who's going to be the face of the EXP ecosystem, called Rex. Rex is our AI agent chief meme officer, and Rex will be supporting the community and our dev community on all things EXP. We're also looking to host a number of new initiatives and events with the community, around EXP and our liquidity source, our ZKJ token. We have some great team members that have joined the team in terms of running the community. We just onboarded a new head of community, Mike Ferreira, this week. And yeah, we're looking to do a lot more together. We feel as we grow and have a layer one, it just will absolutely entice a lot more application, and specifically real world application, to be built off our platform. And we desire all those applications and connections to come back to our original holders. So, you know, as mentioned, we have a multitude of announcements coming in the next month, and one of those in particular will be a real focus on how reward structures come back to our community, in particular our loyal ZKJ stakers. So, you know, we're very, you know, we want to be community first. We want, and we do have massive aspirations to grow as a business, and we're really happy that you guys are all early.
Absolutely. Beautifully put, man. I've got one that came in, and TC, I think this is a great one for you, because I'm really interested in this as well. So as a non-technical person, we've seen the updates lately where Expander has improved so significantly, faster capabilities. So as a non-tech person, I've always wondered, what does it take to make Expander better or upgrade it from one form to another?
Yes, so great question. It actually takes a lot of effort in the actual theoretical improvement side, where we made a lot of mathematical breakthrough. Unlike other companies, they're working with hardware. They're working with adapting their algorithm into hardware or into GPU, but like our style is like more on the foundation side, where we improve our mathematics behind it, and we also invest ourselves into improving the hardware friendly and GPU stuff. Yeah, we do it in multiple ways. So I think our most strength is in the mathematical side of this problem, and it can get you free upgrade without any cost. Yeah.
Wow, powerful. I know it's obviously super complicated, but it's pretty incredible, especially to see all of the wins and the milestones that you guys have been hitting so consistently as well. We're getting a lot of people asking about AI, and the fact that it seems like every day there's a new announcement. And it's you know, I've got to say, I'm seeing from you guys, it feels the same way. It feels like just every week you're doing something better, and you're making these new milestones, which is pretty incredible in this space. Obviously, you're you know, world leaders, but it's still really, yeah, it's pretty inspiring to see that. We've got a whole bunch of people asking about testnet and when we're planning on going live on it with the main there. So can you guys speak to that a little bit?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
We plan.
Sure.
Okay.
No, you go, TC.
Yeah, sure. We're planning to launch a testnet with native ZK machine learning support. We actually do it. We will actually do it within several weeks. So there will be a first machine learning model to get into the ZK. Sorry, get into the blockchain, and we plan to launch a mainnet next Q1.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nah,
Yes.
that's awesome. I'm sure everyone's going to be super
lots
excited
of-
for that.
we'll have-
Sorry, you go.
We will have some key announcements of builders in the next few weeks who have already committed to building on testnet. So there are some, confidentially, some really cool consumer-driven applications that are already building. And yeah, as TC mentioned, you know, mainnet will be launched Q1.
Beautiful. And Sam, could you just talk more to a few people asking about Rex and when we're launching that? Do we have a date that we can tell everybody?
Yeah, well, you know, Rex is really TC's brainchild. You know, in his spare time, TC basically trained Rex, you know, to be the kind of point of truth for Polyhedra, and we worked with our creative director to come up with this brand Rex, and we were talking late one night. We've actually brought on a couple of really high profile AI researchers from Berkeley to fine tune Rex. Just a bit deeper dive on Rex. We see Rex as being a really key component for the community to learn about what we're doing and educate themselves. Like, I think this business has proven that it's all about collaboration, and we want to provide an accurate toolkit for the community from a baseline level to understand what we're doing. And then secondarily, Rex is a tool for developers to use. So Rex can be deployed on all of our ecosystem projects, applications, to help with things like, say, marketing or market research. Rex really is a very key component to our strategy. We'll also have some Rex merchandise. We'll have some cool activations and giveaways. There's something maybe about a meme token coming out with Rex. So in terms of timeline, as I said, we're pretty serious about getting this right. We have some of the top guys in the world across the AI space, fine tuning him. So, when we know, you'll know.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm excited for that launch. We're getting a lot of people asking. I know that we're always moving towards more, and obviously, like TC and Sam, you guys are always talking about UI and how important it is. So in terms of people with a little to no experience with ZK or AI, is there a toolkit that we're planning? Like, what's the ease of use for people that really want to use our stack?
I think for end user, we actually for developer, we actually have a tool chain that is quite friendly to AI developers, and for end user, it's quite another story. So we will develop all kinds of applications, when we will also collaborate with all kinds of applications inside. So you will use the ZK machine learning and EXP without even knowing it. It will only secure you when something really bad happens. Yeah. And when you're doing daily work without any issue, then it will just serve you in the background where you don't even notice it. Yeah. Ideally, go ahead.
So yeah, that's really, really great. I know it's been a concern in the circles that I've been talking with. The industry is moving so quickly, and it's so important that we set up a secure foundation before diving headfirst into these kind of integrated systems. I think that we've actually had a whole bunch more people that have come into the conversation since we've begun. So a lot of people are asking about kind of the vision for the future. I know that you guys have already touched on this earlier in the chat, but yeah, we probably had double the amount of people join us. So could you guys maybe just touch again on that and let people know, like, the vision and where we're heading?
Yeah, sure. So yeah, we launched Polyhedra 2.0, which was only possible from the incredible research and growth that we had on our flagship product, our ZK Bridge. The 2.0 structure really is focused around building the future of intelligence. We see the technology that TC and his co-researchers have built really underpinning all AI deployment. So this business is not just focused around being a niche operator in the blockchain space. We genuinely believe that our infrastructure will provide the foundation for all AI deployment in some way or another. So yeah, this, we're serious. We're really looking to build framework for what we believe is going to be one of the most important elements of AI deployment. And with AI deployment, AI is going to touch all of our lives. It already is. I mean, I think whether people know it or not, AI is such a delicate and almost controversial, but very important part of all of our lives currently. So, and that's just going to exponentially improve. And we're lucky that we have people like TC that are looking, 5 to 10 years in the future. And that's really where we're at now. I mean, we can sit here and explain the philosophy level about, what happens when AI is making all the decisions in hospitals to diagnose diseases, or when a car crash happens, that AI will be the data point for people to actually know what happened, especially the police and law enforcement. And those models need to be correct. And the only way to actually ensure those models are correct is EXP, and is the underlying technologies of EXP like ZKML. So to answer the question, simply, we've got massive expectations on our team and our community and our ecosystem to drive this project to the top tier. And that's not just in the blockchain space. We want to be collaborating with all big tech and all AI-driven applications.
Absolutely, man, and beautifully put. Absolutely. And I think you're absolutely correct that I have heard in the space this, the castles in the sky analogy with ZK. Obviously, with Expander, it's completely blown that out of the water. Like there's really like no more excuses, because obviously these guys have just made it so quick that it's an inevitable. I could understand people's questions beforehand, but I think that you guys have done such a fantastic job of that. So there's a lot of people are talking like, why would I need to access this kind of foundation? And I think, Sam, you just put it beautifully there. Like you guys, you're thinking 10 years in the future. I've heard people comment, well, I give my personal information to social media. Why should I worry about AI or AI agents? And AI agents may have access, to your personal information outside of that, right? And obviously, in industries such as healthcare, a few people are asking that, like, how exactly, it has such a massive impact on healthcare and finance and governance. And I think you really just covered that really well.
But let's let TC elaborate. I think it's a really important topic. And we're really passionate about this. So I'll let TC elaborate on that from a technical standpoint.
Yeah, sure. So I think most important for machine learning, for ZKML, the most important application I'm envisioning is a daily life AI agent, where it can secure both the AI developer and the end user. So if the AI developer encounters a malicious end user, then the ZK machine learning can protect it, can have evidence that this AI agent is doing well, is performing greatly without breaking any rules. And it's actually the malicious user fault. And for user side, if they encounter malicious AI developer, then immediately with ZK machine learning, the user can provide evidence without sacrificing its own secret that this AI developer developed the AI agent, that this agent is actually doing something wrong. Then such evidence can be submitted to law enforcement or to whatever platform that governs this AI agent, then everything will be solved. And on the other hand, when you look into special fields such as healthcare and such as car accident still stuff, for example, healthcare and finance, it's very important to have a privacy in it, right? You don't want to leak patients' data, while at the same time, you want to provide data service for other participants. For example, if the hospital got a lot of data, but it doesn't have the necessary compute, it doesn't have necessary technology to utilize this data. An AI company, on the other hand, has a huge power on data processing, but it doesn't have the data. ZKML can bridge this gap between the hospital and these companies. And on the other hand, it's quite the concept of how trading data works. Using EXP and ZK machine learning, we can confidently trade the data without getting fraud by the data seller, or without getting so for example, if a data sell without ZK machine learning, you cannot verify the data seller's claim. So he might claim that his data is perfect, it has valuable things in it. For example, if it has valuable patient data, but it's actually, but in the fact is it's a garbage data. Without ZK machine learning, you cannot verify it. But with ZK machine learning, you can verify it at the same time, protect the buyer, so the seller's privacy. With ZK, the seller can showcase their data that is high quality. At the same time, it will not leak the data, so they can still sell it. Yeah, and this selling transaction will be secured by blockchain. So that's how everything integrates.
Yeah, and just to touch on that, Tony, like this is such a key component to how basically the whole internet in the future will run. Like it's listening today, I think maybe people will think, oh, we're just talking words, but this is going to be such an important piece of all infrastructure moving forward, because without it, it's going to be unmanageable. So that's why we're so passionate about EXP, and why we've put so many resources, brought in so many different people to be able to ensure that this technology is premium and serves the purpose that is needed to be able to basically govern the future of intelligence.
Yeah, brilliant. It's very much like beyond all of the tools that have been built to help everybody build out their own projects. The underlying technology is very much akin to the foundation of a skyscraper in the future, right? Like you may not necessarily see it working, but it's what everything is built on. And I think that's super, super exciting that we're going to make sure it's super secure in the future. We had a lot of people asking Sam about the hackathon and the grants. Would you be happy to touch on that, or is that something that we're going to be rolling out?
Yeah, I can touch on it a little bit. I mean, we will have an official announcement on Thursday around, we're calling it the Explore Bootcamp. We have some incredible technical talent and some big names actually, involved, some very big names involved from TC and GenPhase Network. And we have some really interesting tracks for builders, which, we will be incentivizing that, and it will kick off in January. I can't disclose too many more of the details now on that. On the ecosystem grants program, we have a gentleman called Oliver Birch, who ran the build program at Chainlink, which is one of the most successful, basically, ecosystem programs in blockchain. He built it up to over 400 different projects, and we're very lucky to have Oliver come across and build with us. So that program is going to be called Expand, and we are kicking that off in the first couple of weeks of January, and there'll be a lot of details on how builders can apply and join that program. But more fundamentally, Oliver has devised a lot of kind of strategy for how to drive engagement and rewards back to our stakers and community. So if people aren't builders and just avid holders and community members, we're making sure that projects that build on EXPchain and that we are supporting, will drive value back to our core community that has been supportive from us, from especially the guys from day one, the guys on this call right now, around us. We want to make sure that as our chain grows, you guys grow too.
Brilliant. Yeah. And thank you so much, everybody sending these questions. I'm actually getting inundated a little bit here. I'm trying to sort through them, but there's just so many great questions. I think just one personally for you guys, like, what are you really excited about for 2025? Obviously, maybe touch on something you're super excited about with Polyhedra, but beyond that, obviously, the whole industry is moving so quickly. I think a lot of people would like to know, as leaders in the space, like what's exciting you, what's on the vision board, so to speak.
What's exciting me? I don't know. What I love about this team, man, it's 7 days a week, 24/7. What excites me every day is getting up and working with guys like TC and yourself, Tony, and the culture that we're building. To solve hard problems, you need full commitment. And what I've just loved so much across the board, from our creative team to our tech team to our business team, we've got buy-in, and people care. People really care about the output of what we're doing and how we do this. So that's, I don't know if I answered your question, but that's genuinely what I'm excited about.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I'm most excited about the future development of our ZK technology, and especially and also co-involved with the AI advancement. We are very excited about how we can prove the intelligence in the future, where I think in the 2025, most AI will have even better intelligence, and we are able to provide service to all of them. Yeah.
Awesome, guys. Thank you so much for the insights. I know that we're getting a lot of love on the channels here. A lot of just comments just to share with you guys. Just thank you for believing in the help of the community as well. Obviously, the community has been such a big part in everything we do. Can you guys speak a little bit more to the community, the incentive programs that we have, and maybe Sam, I know that we've had so many things roll out, just like this show. Can you guys speak a little bit more to the community?
Yeah, sure. I think the big focus is, in terms of community incentives, is attracting builders, and then driving things like portions of airdrops 100% back to our community. We're trying to build a sustainable business here. Obviously with ZKJ, we already did an airdrop, and that was fantastic. And now we're very much focused around how are we setting up structures that create long-term value for builders, and then that value feeds back to the community. In terms of activations, we want to do a bunch of cool stuff. We want to do kind of global meetup events. We're about to launch a merch store, that has some incredible kind of swag for the team. We're going to be doing a lot more live shows. I mean, this concept, the Polyhedra show, will run every week in different formats with different team members, and we will have giveaways and incentives for people to join and promote and ask questions. And yeah, we're always open from community members to be able to participate through our staking program. You can actually make decisions on what we're building and participate in governance. So yeah, and aside from that, on a grassroots level, hit up our ambassadors, hit up our guys in the community. If you have ideas on how you think we can be better, or any thoughts, I'm open. I love, I'm going through Discord regularly and checking what's happening and the temperature of what people thinking about our plan and projects. And I love constructive feedback from our community. It helps us frame how we do things, and we want to be the top community. Like we genuinely feel with our technology's reach that goes far beyond specific blockchain, Web3 subsets. We feel we can all grow together and really take this to onboard many, many more users with this core community that we have that can then help educate the new guys.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I think that we've had actually like hundreds of questions, guys. So sorry if I've missed any along the way to everybody listening.
We can do one more, Tony. We can do one. Then
okay, so
TC and I need to run to another meeting.
Yeah, I know that I was about to say, I know you guys you've got an action-packed day. Obviously, you guys have to jump into meetings and such. I know everyone's showing a lot of love, but maybe we can speak just to wrap it up, just to the black box problem. We've got some people asking, what is the importance of decentralized AI? Like, what is the importance of the intersection of Web3 and AI?
Oh, great question. I think Web3 ultimately provide trust and trust-based foundation of AI agent. It's a blockchain actually do it. So I think in the future, where financial actions will be doing on blockchain, where AI agents can make either suggestions, advice, or make their own decisions on financial stuff on blockchain. Yeah, for example, like as I mentioned, the data marketplace. So AI agent with CK machine learning can make their own advice on the blockchain. That with a proof of inference, it can show that this AI agent recognizes this piece of data as valuable. So it can be used as advice in the blockchain, showing that this data is worth, or for example, $1 billion. Yeah. On the other hand, it can also those blockchain platform can also be a place where autonomous trading bots can be used. I think we haven't seen that publicly, but I think there are a lot of development underneath. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, TC. It's I know everyone's going to take a lot of value from this. I personally every time I chat with you guys, I'm learning something new, and yeah, it's always great. It's always great. It almost can be so much information, but every time I get the chance, it's always so valuable. So thank you so much, guys. I think we'll have to wrap it up there. Thank you so much for everybody, the community who have sent in questions. There's been so many. I'm sorry I couldn't get to all of them, but as Sam said, we will be doing this format a few times a week, so there's going to be plenty of opportunities.
TC and I will be back soon together, so you'll see us soon.
Yeah. Great. Beautiful, beautiful. And of course, everybody, yeah, your curiosity and engagement, as you know, it's what makes our community thrive. We love it. And so keep it coming, and keep an eye on all of our channels for more updates. I'm sure you've seen they've been rolling out hard and fast, and I think we're going to continue that into 2025. You know, everything's rocketing, and we're building, joining our community discussions, and yeah, let's keep building, guys. So until next time, thank you so much. We'll see you in the Polyhedraverse. And again, thank you, Sam. Thank you, TC.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
All right, guys. See you later. Till next time.